My friend, what if I told you that the next quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles has already been drafted, and he was selected in the 5th round? A rookie standing 6'3", 232 pounds, left-handed, capable of shredding a defense through the air just as easily as he does on the ground. And according to Bleacher Report, he might be the man destined to replace Jalen Hurts at the controls of the Eagles' offense. This story runs deeper than anyone is letting on. I'm going to break down everything about this rookie who is turning heads in Philadelphia, who he is, what he did in college, and why one of the NFL's most respected analysts believes he could be the future of this franchise. But first, if you're a die-hard Eagles fan, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now, because this is exactly the kind of decision that will shape Philadelphia's future for years to come. The Eagles selected this quarterback with the 178th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, 5th round. His name is Payton. He came out of North Dakota State, and he spent most of his college career as a backup, earning 2 national championships before finally getting his shot as a starter in 2025. And when his turn came, Payton made the most of every single second. In his only year as a starter, he finished the season with 2,719 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions, completing 72% of his passes. On the ground, he added 777 yards and 13 more touchdowns, leading the Bison to a 12-1 record, 35 combined touchdowns in one season as a starter. In college, what has evaluators paying attention isn't just what he did, it's how he did it. Payton ran the 40-yard dash in 4.56 seconds at the Combine, which is running back speed for a quarterback his size. The Ringer's Todd McShay put it plainly, calling him one of the most unique prospects in his entire draft class. And former NFL quarterback Jake Heaps, after watching Payton's pro day in March, went even further, saying that one team is going to land a future franchise quarterback. When former players who lived inside the professional system speak that way about a rookie, you'd better pay attention, my friend. But what Bleacher Report is saying goes well beyond the pro day and the college statistics. Brent Sobleski published a detailed analysis predicting that Payton could, in time, become the Eagles' next starting quarterback. Not today, not tomorrow, but the window is open, and the reasons are more concrete than they might appear at first glance. The real question becomes, what exactly is Jalen Hurts' situation right now? Because to understand Payton's potential, you need to understand the delicate moment the Eagles' starting quarterback finds himself in. Hurts arrived in Philadelphia as a second-round pick in 2020, and by 2021, he had already taken the job from Carson Wentz, who had just signed a 4-year, $128 million extension. Hurts became the unquestioned leader of the franchise. Over 6 seasons as the starter, he went 57-25 in the regular season and never missed the playoffs. He holds the NFL record for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a single regular season, 15, and the record for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in a single playoff game, 3. In last year's Super Bowl, he ran for 72 yards, yet another record. The numbers don't lie, and yet the atmosphere inside the Eagles' locker room is anything but settled. Offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo was fired after just 1 season, amid reports that Hurts, at times, appeared unable to execute the plays being called on the field, and that he had the authority to override whatever Patullo called whenever he chose. A.J. Brown, the all-pro wide receiver who was Hurts' most productive partner over the past several seasons, is on the verge of being traded to the New England Patriots after June 1st, following very public complaints about his relationship with the quarterback. When one of your best weapons wants out, and when the offensive coordinator becomes the public scapegoat, it gets harder to ignore where the real friction is coming from. And Hurts' $255 million contract only makes everything more complicated. Sobleski was precise in describing what the franchise cannot do right now, and what it could do very soon. The Eagles cannot cut Hurts immediately. The financial hit to the salary cap would be devastating. But 1 year from now, a post-June 1st release becomes financially viable. And that is exactly the scenario where Payton enters the equation. Taking a step back, there is a historical parallel that no Eagles fan can afford to ignore. In 2020, when Jalen Hurts was just a second-round rookie, nobody imagined he would take Wentz's job before the season ended. History repeats its patterns. And the Eagles, guided by the vision of Howie Roseman, typically operate with exactly this kind of long-term planning. Bringing in a developable quarterback who physically matches what Hurts represents, and in some ways exceeds it, is not an accident. It is strategy. Tanner McKee, the current backup, is in the final year of his rookie contract and could seek a starting opportunity elsewhere in the next offseason. Andy Dalton, a veteran of more than a decade in the NFL, is in the building more as a stabilizer than as a future option. The path for Payton to carve out real space in the Eagles' quarterback room is cleaner than it looks on paper, and the first signs out of rookie minicamp suggest Payton is already making an impression. According to The Athletic's Zach Berman, Payton was the lone quarterback on the field during those sessions, showcasing versatility and a physical skill set that stands out even at this early stage. Being the only quarterback working reps in your very first week as a professional is not a small thing. It is a signal that the coaches see something worth developing right now, and not just a year from now. Now, the question nobody is asking, but every Eagles fan should be, is this: what happens if Hurts has another frustrating year in 2026? If the offensive disconnect continues, if the new coordinator cannot resolve the execution problems, and if another playoff loss arrives with more inconsistent performances from Hurts, Payton will be right there. 1 year older, 1 year more prepared, having absorbed the system and watched up close how an NFL quarterback needs to operate. My friend, it is not every day a team finds a prospect with Payton's physical profile in the 5th round. 6'3", 232 pounds. Running back speed in the 40. Left-handed, which already makes him naturally different from any quarterback opposing defenses face in most weeks. 2 national championships on his resume. And just 1 year of experience as a starter, which means the development ceiling has not even come close to being reached. Roseman saw something here that 31 other teams passed on. And Howie's track record in the draft speaks louder than any skepticism. Of course, the path is not guaranteed. Payton completed just 282 passes in college, all of them against FCS competition. The transition to the NFL is going to demand patience, hard work, and time. There is a reason why most 5th-round quarterbacks never become starters in this league. But there is also a reason why some do. And when a Bleacher Report analyst surveys the entire 2026 draft class and points to Payton as the quarterback with the most promising long-term future, including picks taken in earlier rounds, that is worth hearing. With Jalen Hurts at a crossroads in his career, with A.J. Brown heading out the door, with a new offensive coordinator trying to fix an offense that has underperformed for more than 1 season, and with Tanner McKee set to hit free agency at year's end, should the Eagles begin accelerating Cole Payton's development as early as 2026, or should they place their full trust in Jalen Hurts for 1 more season? Drop your opinion in the comments. I want to hear what the real fans are thinking. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back soon with the latest Eagles news.